Mama's favorite podcast and the #1 unknown podcast in the world. I don't think we've had this much energy before a podcast in a long time, bro.
It's that 75 hard and DTI 50, baby.
It's like, all right, we got an hour to get this in. Let's go.
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, this is straight water now, dude.
What was in it?
Straight water.
Oh.
But I mean, like, I don't even have a coffee right now.
Damn.
I'm just hydrating my little body.
That's what you got to do. If you're new here, welcome to the Desire to Inspire podcast. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We focus around mental and physical health and helping you establish habits in your lifestyle on a daily basis to see the results and traction that you want in life. And we're going to jump straight into this thing, baby.
Yeah. How you been?
Been good. Because guess what? The government changed the food pyramid.
Dude, they inverted the food pyramid. That's what they did. I'm like, #1, why is the bottom at the top now?
The bottom's at the top. Stuff is out of there. But what I
cannot believe that they did this, honestly.
It's shocking.
Yeah, very.
What does that mean for all of the people that went to school to be a dietitian and nutritionist? Everything they learned is wrong.
Yeah, but like, it's wrong, but I feel like they knew that it was wrong. Like, it wasn't like it was a secret. Because like when we went through like our personal training stuff, we learned the same shit. And we also know like, that's BS. That's not how you should actually eat.
Ain't that crazy though? That's what we were learning. And
my niece in school was learning the old food pyramid. And like, I was looking like, someone got to tell her this is wrong. Like, she can't just grow up thinking this is how you're supposed to eat. But they literally, did you like read the article or anything?
Not yet.
They said we're ending the war on protein. I'm like, why was there ever a war on protein? It's the one that you need.
Yeah. It makes me so happy to see these changes. I don't know if you saw it online, but JD Vance posted a tweet.
I did not see this.
JD Vance posted a tweet with a picture of an ice cream. And he said, like, what happened to this nutrition staple in the food pyramid or something like that. And then
was ice cream actually in the food pyramid before?
I think it was like sugars or something like that. And that's why he was saying it.
I was like, there's no way.
And then RFK Jr. Responded with a picture of this like puffy, fat, overweight dude. And he said some caption. I'm going to do it in the shorts that we have. I'll pop it up. But it was fucking hilarious to see it. And it just makes me so happy because I think we're going to see more and more of these trends towards health and wellness and the way that you should be treating your body.
Look, it excited me too, but also at the end of the day, who's looking for the food pyramid? The only time I ever see the food pyramid is when they redo the food pyramid. Like, I'm out here like, what's in the food pyramid today? Like, do actual adults actually care about the food pyramid? The only people that I've seen reposting it are people like us who actually give a shit.
Yeah.
And who it's like kind of ingrained in our livelihood.
You might have facts there, but I do feel like there is a lot of people in this world that search online to see what they should or shouldn't eat. And so I do think it can set a new standard if they are doing research to kind of point them in somewhat of a right direction. Because you go online and there is a whole bunch of stuff on what you should and shouldn't do.
You know what? You're right. There's a lot of misinformation. So I guess any good information is helpful. And to speak to this, Dad, this is not targeted. I mean, it's about you, but this is just a generalization that I'm about to say. So my dad's on 75 hard with me.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, the other day, like everything's been going good. Like he said, I actually feel like, am I doing it wrong? Because it's been pretty easy. I'm like, a lot of it's not like super hard, especially for you. You don't have a job. Like you have all the time to get these things done. Like it's a lot harder when you are in a 9 to 5 or like I just traveled. I had to bang out 2 workouts before. And I'm like, it can get tough, but like you have a lot of flexibility. It shouldn't be too difficult for you anyway. I'm pretty sure you're doing it the right way. So he's telling me that he had a headache the one day. And then he said he woke up with the headache again another day. And he's like, he's like, I really don't have caffeine. He's like, I cut out Monsters and like, he said, I'm not really drinking like a lot of my diet either, but like they don't have caffeine. I said, Dad, those are sugar free. They're not caffeine free. Like sugar and caffeine are 2 different things. Like you probably are having headaches because you're cutting out caffeine all the way. And if you usually have like a Monster and a couple pops a day, like
that's a lot.
That shit adds up.
Yeah, it does.
And he's like, oh, it makes sense. And I was like, it's crazy though, because like this is why I'm saying it's not targeted at you. It's not like there's a lot of people out there who probably think this way or like they just don't even look into it enough to know like what's in things or like what affects you certain ways.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I mean, we were having another conversation with one of our clients and one of our buddies back in the day about macros and explaining those to them. And for us, this stuff seems so easy because we have surrounded our life with these things to understand them, to know them. But in the beginning, they were foreign language to us. And so the more that we get ingrained with it, the more it's like, how do people not know this stuff? But like in the beginning, it's kind of like a foreign language. And you got to show the people it's really not that hard once you understand the concept of how a chicken breast breaks down per these many ounces into these 3 categories, and how this soda impacts you, because if you're having 1 a day, that's 7 a week, that's 14, 28 a month, and then over a year, like, so then you talk about eliminating those things and how they play a factor in this whole breakdown of everything, and it starts to make sense. But you'll go online, bro, and you'll see something where somebody's like, get 10,000 steps a day. And then another person's like, no, getting 10,000 steps a day is not the answer. You have to get 6,000 or 12,000. But it's different in retrospect to people's lives and how they, or what they currently have in motion in their day-to-day understanding of functionality in their circle. Quick pause to shout out one of the brands we've been repping lately, Optic Nerve. If you spend time running, grinding outside, or just living life in motion, these are the kind of shades that work. Optic Nerve has been around for over 4 decades, building sunglasses that blend real performance and clean style. The polarized lenses deliver 100% UV protection, cut glare, and keep your vision sharp, whether you're hitting a morning run, midday errands, or winding down after. We use this because for us, it's not just about looking good. It's about practicality and comfort. So if you're tired of cheap shades that don't hold up, hit up Optic Nerve. Go to opticnerve.com and grab you a pair today. Use code DTI at checkout and you'll get 20% off. Back to the show.
If you know me, then you know I love a good beer, but I also like waking up early to train. That's where Athletic Brewing Company comes into play. Athletic makes award-winning non-alcoholic craft beer that tastes like the real thing because it is the real thing, just without the alcohol. These are for people who train hard, who chase goals, who live active, but still appreciate cracking open something cold at the end of the day. And here's what we love most. Choosing Athletic isn't about removing something, it's about keeping everything that matters. Flavor, ritual, social moments, and still being able to perform tomorrow. So if you want a beer that fits your lifestyle instead of fighting against it, hit up Athletic Brewing Co. and use code Dylan20 for 20% off your first order. Back to the show. I mean, health and fitness is all a nuanced topic anyways. There's so many factors that play on an individual level that, yes, like a good blanket statement is 10,000 steps a day. But for somebody else, it could be 6,000. Like, it all depends on what your goals are, what your current activity is. Like, it's very nuanced. Like, I understand, but the competing information online is, if I was a newbie and I had no idea what I was looking for, I wouldn't even know where to start because I'd be getting pulled in 100 different directions.
Yeah, 100%. What also doesn't make sense to me is, do you know who Ashton Hall is?
Yeah, big Jack Black dude.
Yeah.
He had the little ice face thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how many calories he eats a day?
It's not a lot, right?
What do you think? Like,
I watched him on Logan Paul.
Okay.
So like I know that he said it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's low, like under 2,000 or some shit.
It's 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
He was just on the
I kind of want to call it bullshit. I don't think you hold on to that much mass unless you're on gear eating that many calories a day. Unless you're strictly carnivore, maybe. But even then, skeptical.
It doesn't make sense to me. He was at Diamond Gym putting in the workout. You know those guys? And I think they're a new, I don't know where they're at, so I won't say it. But he was at Diamond Gym, and I'm looking at him in retrospect to everybody else that's in that gym.
He's massive.
He is fucking massive. And I'm like, how are you eating 2,000 calories a day and look the way you look? That does not compute. It does not compute.
He's got to be our age at least, right?
I think so.
So, like, I guess, let's say he's a couple years older than us. Maybe a doctor could put him on test. But even then, I don't think it's enough to get him where he's at. If I had to guess, he's on something. Because he's like, there's jack dudes who like are questionable, but it's an attainable physique. And then there's him. who's either a freak of nature or he's fucking juiced to the gills.
Yeah. But I don't think he's juiced to the gills because you can see signs, whether it's like embellishments in your skin or more veins or whatever it is. He's a flawless human being.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. There's no chance that you're going to sit here and argue with me that Nick Bear is on gear and tell me that this dude's not juiced.
I think I'm saying that.
That's insane.
I don't think Nick Bear's on gear or being juiced up anymore.
I don't think he ever was. No, I think he just changed his training and he's on peptides for sure. But who with money is not on peptides? Who wouldn't be? If I could find them in a sustainable way that was affordable, I would be on them.
Make it make sense then.
I think he's probably juicing. That's the only explanation, dude. I mean, it's not the only explanation. It's either that or he's lying about his diet. But what purpose are you serving by why say you eat 2,000? Because no one's going to say anything if you say you eat 4,000 a day.
Yeah. He just doesn't give off the persona like skin and body type. All right, so take whoever that animal guy was that was going super viral last year or 2 years ago. He was eating like Liver King.
Liver King. Okay, I was like animal guy.
He swore that he was not on anything, and it came out that he was. Yeah. But like you could tell in his skin and his veins and the way he looked, like he was on something.
He's got a lot of things going on.
Maybe I just got to start rubbing a banana on my face like Ashton Hall and splashing water, and then I'll just be fucking yo.
What do you mean rubbing a banana on your face?
He takes a banana peel.
For what purpose?
For skin, bro.
What is the point of this? What is this doing for him? He doesn't explain it. He just does it.
He might have explained it. I don't follow him that closely.
I don't follow him at all.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. But he's doing something. Skin's flawless. His muscles are fucking huge.
Are you gonna fuck this dude?
No, chill. Pause. Yeah, no, that's just one thing that when I heard that in the podcast, I was like, dude, I don't believe it. So I wanted to see your thoughts on it because it is interesting because so many people have different ways of going about things and you have to find what works for you. So he has found a way that works for him. You are finding a way that works for you, I think on a whole different level than what you're used to in the sense of like how dialed you are in this 100-miler prep. My focus is in a different area. Our clients are every single one of our clients are in a different area of what they're doing, how they're doing it. And so I think it's cool to see that like people know that there is not a one path fits all for this health and wellness space. Every single person has different lifestyle choices they make to see the results that they want. But the foundation of that is it's all built off of the habits. Like whatever they're doing consistently. And that's what's important because it'll either help with weight loss, it'll help with muscle gain, it'll help with mental clarity, energy, focus. And so even though it can seem like there's so much out there, you have to kind of be able to like analyze yourself where it's like they're all doing the same thing. They're just doing it differently because that's what works for them.
I will say the only way I believe that he's eating 2,000 calories, I think half of them have to come from protein. So he'd be eating like 250 grams of protein a day. And I only say that because like he's not doing intensive cardio. He's doing like sprint work and mainly lifting. And he probably lifts a lot. But lifting doesn't exert as many calories as it does to run. So like he doesn't have to replenish or fuel as much. Yes, he still needs to. But if he's getting in most of it from protein, he's got enough to build the muscle. And so he could just be super jacked and lean.
Just be like on a...
I don't know. But I only say this because when I started out at the beginning of this 75 hard, I was definitely underfueled. I was dying on runs, dude. And it was like I wasn't really eating anything less. It was just the extra shit got cut out. So like I had to up good foods. So like I probably am eating more calories now, or at least similar, but it's cleaner food. So like I don't feel fatigued. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel any of the negative effects, even though I'm eating the same amount.
Yeah.
And your boy's dropping weight right now.
There we go.
To be shredded for this wedding.
I'm down, and it's purely probably just because of the discipline of what I'm eating and stuff like that. But I weighed in on the new year at like 171, and right now I weighed in at 164.7 this morning.
That's a lot of weight fast.
I know. But like I fluctuate fast and I'll probably float
Yeah.
around that like 160. I was definitely heavier, but that's because I was eating so fucking much over the holidays.
I'm like 201 to 197 right now.
Dang him.
Trying to be like 185.
I was going to say you
for
getting
this
down to
race.
like 180.
Well, last night I did 75 hard. I got down to 170.
Jesus. Holy crap.
I think I have more muscle mass now, so I don't think that's realistic. But I think 180 to 185, I could be okay. Speaking of food, there's no way they didn't hear your swimming girl right there.
See how good the mic quality is.
But it kind of rolls into the topic that I wanted to touch on today, which is, it's basically short-term memory loss of like how quickly you can go from feeling this good. So I'm going to go 2.5 months of feeling great. And it's so easy to just have 2 days where you fall off the rails and you just slowly get complacent again. And as I was texting you about this the other day, just saying like, dude, I feel so good. It's crazy that like the human mind can let myself not feel like this after feeling this for extended periods of time. As I was texting you that, I went onto YouTube and I was messing with videos, and like one of our recommended videos came up, and it was this time last year on DTI 50. And it was one of my like, I don't even remember, run thoughts. That's what they're called. And it said, remember this feeling. And it was all about the exact same thing, bro. About like, remember how good it feels like once you stop doing this stuff, and how, and I'm like, okay, this is a repetitive cycle now. How do I stop breaking the cycle? Like, how do I make this just consistent across time? And I don't know the answer. I don't have it. But I'm going to try to hold on to it. Just hold on for dear life.
Yeah, dude, it's so wild how this freaking universe aligns and how conversations and topics come up repetitively when things are going on. I was just on a call this morning, getting morning steps in on a call, talking about how do we take this feeling, because again, this individual has done DTI 50 for 3 years. They're doing 75 hard this year. And it's like, okay, start off feeling great, and then we kind of fall off, but we stay on track, all these things, and then we get back to the new year, and it's like, wow, this is fucking amazing, and then we go through this like wave again, and it's like, how can this year I kind of propel that forward to last a little bit longer, to keep going, to do these things? Because not only do like the bad thoughts that I used to have, the self-doubt, the deprecating thoughts, the talking shit to myself, not believing in myself, not seeing my potential, not believing in like me as a person, even though I know I'm capable of all these things, like those thoughts do not creep in my head like they used to 4, 5, 6 years ago. And so I know that this path that I'm on is the right direction because, again, I don't have these feelings or thoughts. But when I am ingrained in this DTI 50, which is like 75 hard, but our version of it, the creativity that my mind has and the analytical thinking paths and ways that I can just like deep dive into like topics or things that we're doing or business or whatever, it is wild to me. And the second that I start drinking and eating shitty, I struggle to journal. I struggle to think of creative thoughts. I struggle to think of how can we take this from concept to reality. I struggle to think of like expressing why something's valid for like, say, DTI or something to you. And it's just like, it goes foggy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of opens up because I like live a healthy life during the week and stuff like that. And then the weekends I'll have some drinks and eat shitty and then it closes off again. And then, so it's just like, dude, don't go with the norm of what this world is just putting on us. It's so easy to go over in this direction. But it's like, if you just state a script of like what makes you happy and what you're doing, I wonder what the opportunities would be like. It's like you hear every single successful person say like, yeah, I had to go be like ghost for a while before I got the success. And now I do these things. But during that time, I couldn't do that because I had to focus in here. And I see it. And I see the vision and understand it. But after it's over, I'm like, do this here. Oh, football game. Oh, patio.
Which could be like a detriment of us setting big goals and then hitting them. It's like, okay, now it's time to chill. And that doesn't need to be the mindset. It definitely doesn't. But I don't know. It's the whole concept is fucked, and we need to change it to be a sustainable thing because we do see these things. And like even the going ghost thing, it doesn't need to be for like 6 to 12 months
Mhm.
of locked in, everything else doesn't matter mode is like, you can't put a price on that. Like, that's so much growth and potential there that you're capitalizing on. And it's just weird to, like, not put it into action because
Mhm.
it feels different. And like, yes, like you say, like, oh, just continue these things that make you happy or like that you feel good about. And it is true. Like, doing these things that feel good in terms of like working out, eating better, all these things, yeah, they make me happy now. But at some point, I thought that drinking was making me happy. And it's like, so the negative things also make us happy at different times. And it's like tricking your mind, though, to be like, this is just happiness in the moment. And like, you have to not even trick your mind. It is real. Like, I need to realize, like, this is happiness right now. But how am I going to feel tomorrow? How am I going to feel next week if I continue this? And that's like the cycle that I get stuck in. And I watched a dude on, I don't know, probably Instagram Reels because I don't scroll TikTok a lot.
Mhm.
And I think I struggle with like the alcohol portion the most in terms of like other people's content because I'm like, you've never actually like even drank like that. Like a lot of it's like, oh, I don't drink, but like you've never drank. Or I have drinks on this and then like I'm good for 3 months. And get it, respect it, wish that was me. But realistically, it wasn't.
Mhm.
I was a degenerate for a long time. I got in shape, and then after I like leveled out to like this is my baseline now, I was a degenerate again, just on a different level because I continued the healthy habits. If you care about staying sharp, energized, and ready to perform, Ketone IQ might be for you. Ketone IQ delivers clean, stable energy without a crash. Unlike caffeine-heavy picks, Ketone IQ uses exogenous ketones that raise your levels, giving your body and brain a different kind of fuel. What that means for you is sharper focus on early morning runs, better mental clarity when you're working or grinding through long days, and sustained energy without the jitters or sugar crash. If you want to try it out, head over to KetoneIQ.com and use code Dylan30 at checkout. You'll get 30% off your order. Back to the show.
If you care about putting in work, whether it is crushing workouts, staying sharp during long days, or just doing right by your body, First Form gets it. First Form isn't about the hype. They build on quality, stand by service, and measure everything by real-world results. Their lineup covers it all. Top-tier protein powders, clean pre-workouts, vitamins, green support, and energy drinks. Even apparel for lifestyle. My go-to, their flagship protein and their clean energy drink. Perfect for after a tough session or to get dialed in for a long day. The energy drink drops 200 milligrams of natural caffeine from green tea, has 0 sugar, electrolytes, and nootropics for focus, all without the crash of traditional energy drinks. So if you're done settling for mediocre supplements, if you want stuff that's built on intention, integrity, and performance in mind, check out First Form. Head over to firstform.com/DTI to browse their full stack and see what fits your goals. All right, let's get back to the show.
So I saw this guy and he was 100% a degenerate. And I was like, but like, who's now sober 9 months?
Yeah.
And he said like it started out at the beginning of the year, like I'm going to do dry January. And he felt good. So he said, I'm going to do it again. And he did in February. He said, and now I'm 9 months sober. And it's crazy to even think about that I craved alcohol that way, that like I wanted these experiences. He said, I'm not demonizing alcohol. Like I think it has its place. I think people can enjoy it. He said, I've just realized for me that for the things I want in this phase of life, it doesn't make sense for me. I think that I might get to that point. I don't know. You know how I am with this. I don't ever want to like stick my fucking flag around and say I'm never drinking again.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's a realistic thing for me. But I do challenge myself now with, do I enjoy it as much as I think I do? Or is it just like a coping mechanism or like a social aspect? Is it the drinking I actually like, or is it just hanging out? And drinking happens because everyone else is doing it, so I do it too. But if I was to take it out, would I still be okay? Because yes, right now, 9 days in, I would struggle with everyone else doing it and me doing it. But after 75 days in, after 90 days, after 6 months, you're more comfortable, you're more confident. And I think that I could be like, I don't need it. I'm probably, honestly, a better time without it once I'm removed for that long.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
It is weird. And I think it like aligns too with the way that like we have went about all of this stuff. Because the main concept and everything around like what we preach and how we practice and what we instill in other people is that there's a starting place, and that starting place is creating the habits that you have in your life to create that foundation to build on. And in the beginning, those habits can seem difficult, but then once you master those, you're good to go, and you can continue to move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the way that I'm kind of looking at this realm of DTI is like, just like endurance, you go to the next tier, the next tier, the next tier. And I feel like we have mastered this first tier of how to live a happier, healthier lifestyle. But what we haven't mastered yet is taking this business to the heights that we want to. And in order for that to happen, new systems, discipline, habits have to be instilled to be able to see this grow, to watch it grow. And so why I keep bringing up endurance is because in the beginning, I never thought that I would run 5 miles. And so me starting was you pressing me so many times to be like, hey, let's go run. Let's go run. No. Finally, I said yes. And then I said yes again and again. And next thing you know, I'm going from running 1 mile with you to running 26.5 with you. And so those finish lines look different. But as you start to see the benefits of the things that you're doing and you fall in love with it, that's when you can go to the next thing and the next thing. That's why you're going from a marathon to a 100-miler. Because you've fallen in love with this process, you see what it does to you, and you understand that if you push your body, you push your mind, you push your goals, all of those things. And so that's how you go to the next thing. Because we talk about this endurance space and everything that's going on in running and lifting and all of these things, but we would have never got to this point if we didn't start somewhere. And so we started somewhere, we built the solid foundation, and now I think it's just that evolution where it's like, what does more look like? How do I go after this? How do I tailor this? How do I achieve this? And you start analyzing it and viewing it differently, because now that road is ahead of you. And you're like, all right, how do I pave this next area to reach that dream, goal, aspiration in my life, to be able then to keep advancing and elevating in all areas?
Yeah, I think that a lot of it comes down to the way that we view endurance, and maybe not even that we view it, but the way that people view it when we say it. I think because we're so heavily ingrained in running, you did an Ironman, that like people can get wrapped up in the idea of, oh, endurance means when they're running. But endurance is just withstanding anything for a long period of time. It's doing the hard things over and over again and getting better at them. And while you're talking about this, Bible verse time.
There we go.
It's not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And it's like they're not talking about running. They're just talking about suffering over long periods of time. And so it's doing the thing that it doesn't feel good in the moment, but we know that over time it's going to build all of these things that we need to live a better life.
Mm-hmm. When we push this like narrative in motion and we talk about these things, I feel like it scares a lot of people off, or they only hear the message of what we think of endurance, and the main message that we are trying to like say out of this is like, challenge yourself to be more and do more. All of us could live a more active lifestyle to then complement all of those other areas that we care about in life, to see those dreams, goals, and aspirations come true. Because there's a broader message around endurance, physical fitness. Like, we preach these habits because we know what they can do to you mentally. And when you feel good mentally and physically, you're unstoppable in this world. And so we're not going from one extreme to the next where it's like, you live this style, you have to live this one now. It's like, no, we understand you want to enjoy the foods, the drinks, the snacks. You want to enjoy all these stuff, like perks of life, I guess you could call them. But what are you doing in between enjoying those to be able to keep going forward in the right direction instead of just staying the same and not moving forward?
And a lot of it comes down to like, we preach happier, healthier lifestyle. But if I'm being 100% real with myself, with the audience, with you, there's a much healthier way for me to live. I know every day that I am prepping for a 100-miler, that's not healthy. Like, it's actually unhealthy in the opposite direction. Like, it's a very extreme thing. But I also know that in order to live the happier part of that, I need to suffer. And that's a hard concept to wrap your head around if you haven't suffered at your own hands. Everybody suffers. Everybody goes through things. But when you get to choose your suffering, it's a whole different mindset around it. So for me, it's like I have to go through this so I can see what I'm capable of. So I can see the other side of it. And you know as well as I do, there's immense amounts of takeaways from all of this stuff. But I know that like if I'm living a healthier lifestyle, this isn't it. But this is also for a short period of time. Short.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's you talk about suffering, and this is going to be a completely different direction than where you think this is going. But my guy SteveWillDoIt is back on YouTube.
Saw that.
And SteveWillDoIt hangs out with Mr. 6ix9ine himself.
I thought he was locked up.
He is now. He got locked up yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when Steve posted his video about, 6ix9ine going into jail and everything like that, he's like, no, he needs to go in there. He goes, this is fat camp. He's going to be in there for 3 months. This is what he needs to lose weight. He's fat right now, blah, blah, blah. And so they were playing this whole narrative of what you need to do in terms of going to an extreme. And I think that this one's vastly different than what most people would. But 6ix9ine said that this is what like God needs him to do right now. There's a reason why he's going into prison. There's a reason he's going into do this time of 3 months. And again, it's not to lose weight, but he said like, I have to refocus my priorities and the things that I'm like going after in order to then come out here, be a better person, make a bigger impact, all this stuff. And one of those things that
6ix9ine said that?
Yeah. And one of those things that he talked about was like, this is a time for him to get back in shape because he's let himself go. And so he obviously says it in a far different manner or perspective than I just said it. But like he's pulling the positives out of like a negative situation, and he's seeing how he can go in there and change while he's in there because he's not going to be able to do anything else.
Yeah. I honestly thought he'd been locked up this whole time. I didn't know that he was out and about.
Yeah, no, he's been out and about on like house arrest, and then he had to turn himself in recently. Literally think it was like last week or this week, and he's coming out with music again. He was fucking taking over the internet again in the like live streaming and YouTuber space.
I'm out of the game right now, dude. I'm real out of the game.
When Steve got back, I was like, I am tuning into this guy because I love his content. I think what he does is energizing and stuff like that. But like what I'm realizing is like Buddy is trying to like make a movement where he thinks it's appropriate for white people to just say the N-word all the time.
Steve?
Yeah.
Or 6ix9ine?
No, Steve. He keeps saying it in every video.
Steve saying it?
Yes.
Or he's saying the word, or he's saying that we need a movement?
No, he's saying the word, but I feel like he's trying to create a movement of why it's acceptable.
Is it bleeped out?
No.
Stop. He's openly saying this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's not canceled.
No.
How?
He went on the Impulsive podcast and they kept asking him, how do you have so much money? How do you have so much money?
I saw that.
He said,
that was how I knew he's back on YouTube.
Yeah. And then he did his response, and Logan and Mike are both like, come on, bro. And yeah, no, he fully lives this motto that's why he's successful. And he puts it on his story all the time in his videos. He just came out with a song with 6ix9ine dissing Mr. Beast. And he says it in that song.
That's insane.
Yep. Yep.
Huh. 2026 is here, man.
It is here. That's for damn sure.
It's a new world.
Yeah, it is. I'll let him stick to that. I don't want to play in that field at all.
I've played in that field.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
I scrubbed the internet. Dude, they're down. The songs are gone.
Yeah, so no, I think that wraps it up, man. I wanted to talk about the food pyramid and talk about the different things that we did today, just like emphasizing that
this one felt good. This one felt comfortable.
Yeah, energy was good, all of that. So we will wrap it up here. I have more
shit on this one. Like, this one fucking sucked. Everyone that feels good, I feel like doesn't do anything.
You guys are trash. No, appreciate you guys tuning in. The main concept and message, I guess, if you have to take anything away, is just like reevaluate your life and the things that you're doing. How are you challenging yourself both mentally and physically to make both of those components in your life feel good and be good. Because again, when you feel better physically, you feel better mentally. When you feel better mentally, you just go after things, your dreams, goals, ambitions in life. And that's what we want everybody to do, is just live a happier, healthier lifestyle. So take time to reflect on what you're doing now, how you can improve and change certain things in your life to go after those dreams that you guys have and make the impact that you want in this life. Because tomorrow is not promised, and that's why you got to live each day to the fullest. It's the surest thing you got, and that's all we have for you. Go out there, live your dream life, have the desire to inspire, kiss your mama, and we'll talk to you next week. It's on.
Peace.